Hi guys, I hope you're doing well. Today on this video, I'll be sharing with you how to make beef kebabs at home. It is a very simple recipe. I hope you enjoy it and I hope you learn something. Let's get started. So I start off by adding my minced beef into a pan on medium flame like you see on the video, and then next I'm going to add my spices. You can add any spices that you prefer to spice your beef, and you can change anything that you do not like that I used here. Next I add garlic and ginger paste, and I'm just going to give that a good mix, ensuring that everything comes together nicely, just to make sure that the meat is well seasoned. Remember to add salt at this point as well. And the idea is to make sure that the meat is fully cooked. So I went ahead, added some water just to ensure that the meat is cooked well, and I'm just going to give that a good mix and then cover it and leave it for the water to dry out and for the meat to cook. And at this point the meat is already cooked. Like you can see, all the spices are well incorporated into the mix and the water is evaporated. So I just went ahead and added coriander, that is dhania. Next I added chopped onions. You can use white onions or red onions, any that you prefer. And you're just going to give that a good mix. At this point, switch off the flame, do not cook any further, and then you're going to leave this mixture to cool completely. And now we are ready to move on to the next step. And after the meat is cooked, you're going to need 3 slices of bread, and then to that you're going to add a small amount of water just to soak in the bread. And you're just going to squeeze out all the excess water like you see here, and then discard it, and then moving on to the next step. You can use breadcrumbs at this point, but since I did not have breadcrumbs, I just used the wet bread. It works best just to bind everything together like you're going to see here. Also, I added 1 egg to it. You can use more eggs if you are using a lot of meat. I added 2 eggs in total, and then like you can see, then give everything a good mix. The eggs and the bread act as the binding ingredients. And after everything has been mixed well, go ahead now and add your cooled meat. Ensure that it is very cold. Do not use hot meat. And after mixing in with a spatula, just go ahead and now mix in with your hands like making a dough. And after mixing in, like you see at this point, you're going to need an extra amount of oil. Soak your hands in the oil, and then you're just going to grab a small amount of the mixture like you see here, and then make the shapes that you prefer your kebabs to be. You can make your round shapes, or you can make shapes like these that I made. So it should be easy once everything has come together. And remember, you can use more bread or more eggs depending on the amount of meat that you're going to use. I used just 250 grams of meat, and this is what I got after the shaping. At this point now, take all these kebabs and then put them in the fridge just to ensure that they are cold before you start to fry them. So putting them in the fridge ensures that they do not break when you're frying them. So go ahead and add the kebabs into hot oil, medium hot oil, not too hot and not too cold oil, and then you're just going to keep turning like you see here on the video to get your preferred color. I prefer to get a golden brown color, and that's what I was looking for at this point. And guys, remember to be very careful when turning the kebabs. They can break easily. Like you can see here, I ended up breaking one, but be very careful when turning them. And once you get some space in your pan, you can start adding the other kebabs like you see here. Kebabs are so versatile. You can make them for snacks. Some people like to make them for breakfast. You can make it for brunch or even for the 4 o'clock tea. And also children love snacking on kebabs. So if you've got children, you can always surprise them with these amazing kebabs. They are easy to make like you see here. And the first batch was ready, you see. So I'm just going to get that out of the oil, and then now moving on to another batch. It took me approximately 1.5 hours to make the kebabs, so it doesn't take long, and the results were amazing. This recipe gives you such delicious kebabs, and I do hope that you're going to give it a try. And also you can switch up the ingredients if you'd like to use mutton instead of beef, or some people even prefer to use chicken in place of beef, and you are going to love it. So this is the second batch now, and it was ready as well. And I just scooped that from the hot oil, and also after removing them from the hot oil, be sure to put them on a clean kitchen towel or a serviette just to get rid of the excess oils. And guys, these kebabs were so delicious. I loved them so much. They looked so fantastic. They were so crunchy on the outside and very fluffy on the inside, and I really loved the texture, and also the seasoning was just right. So I served mine with tomato sauce and some lemons. You can use any sauce that you like. If you like chili, you can use it. And we loved the outcome. Thank you so much guys for watching this video. I hope you stick around, watch another video on this channel, and I hope to see you guys on my next video. Till then, have a nice time.